Now it's time to see who has the heart.
If you put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential, to be the best that you can be, I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game, in my book, we're going to be winners.
This is your fight. Now go out there and take it.
Everybody grabbing out there. Nobody tackle. Just grabbing, everybody. Grab. Nobody tackle.
Welcome to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Come see all your friends at Applebee's in Athens, Highway 72 West, just off I-65. 12 minutes guaranteed or it's free, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. 7 items to choose from. Can't make it for lunch? Visit them for happy hour, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. or late night. Half-price appetizers with beverage purchase, 6 appetizers to choose from. One of your favorite teams is sure to be playing on the big screen, too. See you tomorrow at Applebee's Neighborhood Grill, Highway 72 Athens, just off I-65.
Home security is not what it used to be. With Secure Connect and smart home integration features, you can unlock your doors and turn off your alarm from your smart home app. No more hiding a key under a rock. Get Secure Connect and live life connected. Call Ardmore Telephone Company at 800-830-9946 to secure your home today.
Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. Be listening for Limestone County Area High School basketball this season from Play Action Sports. Hear coverage of girls and boys action from ABS, Ardmore, Clements, East Limestone, Elkmont, James Clemens, Lindsay Lane, Tanner, and West Limestone online at PASnetwork.net on your Amazon Echo device or on your Play Action Sports app. Afterwards, you can download each game from the archives or stream it on demand. While you're there, check out our schedule of upcoming games. Limestone County Area High School basketball from Play Action Sports.
Hey, this is Michael Parker, head football coach at Clements High School, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Good Saturday morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on this fine, rainy Saturday.
If it ain't raining, it's snowing.
If it ain't raining, it's snowing. That's right. That's right. We'll take it. Tom McClung here, old Tomcat, alongside Tojo J. Vassar, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, and you guys can look for us on Facebook at Applebee's Tailgate Talk and on Instagram or Twitter at Tailgate Talk AL. Visit us online at
that would be X.
Yeah.
Instead of Twitter.
X or Twitter.
Do I need to change my notes there?
Yeah,
sorry about that.
Of it. No big.
And Threads. We're on Threads too.
We on Threads?
Yeah,
I ain't never been on Threads.
I just recently got on Threads. I didn't know what Threads was. And Instagram was there, and I'm like,
it's kind of an offshoot of Instagram.
It is. So. Yeah, it's like a Twitter, Truth Social type offshoot of Instagram. Instagram or X at Tailgate Talk.
Get the needle people on Threads.
Now that's good. So. I got to remember that one, dude. That's all right. You can also visit us online at tailgatetalk.net to get scores and archives of past shows. You can also vote. You can also vote on this week's. I've got my reading glasses on and everything, man. You can also vote on this week's Athlete of the Week poll and enter
The snow's got to you.
The snow is what it is. You can enter nominations for future polls as well as find the links to download the PAS Plus app for your own Android or iOS devices. Follow the Tailgate Talk podcast on iTunes, Amazon, Pandora, iHeart, Google, and other popular platforms. Hear us on your Alexa device by saying, you got it turned off, right, Tim?
Yep.
Alexa, open PAS Plus. Call or text us during the show at 256-812-1TGT. That's 256-812-1848. Our call-in guests come in via the First National Bank hotline, making communities great. And the special guest segment is sponsored by Yellowhammer Roofing, who moves into their new facility in the old Butler Furniture Building down on 72 Monday.
Okay.
Drop by and see them for all your roofing needs, except metal. They don't do metal roofs.
Okay.
They do shingle roofs. That's what they do. So they're very good at it. Tell them old Tomcat sent you from Applebee's Tailgate Talk. They'll know who you talking about.
I know Will Jones. Will does
you know Will?
All right. Good job out there.
Yeah.
Some good basketball this week, especially in the county.
I have not been able to get out to any of these, so Jay, by all means, opine on a few things.
Yeah,
brother.
Well,
opine.
With the snow and ice and school closings, had to push everything around, and middle school games got moved to Ardmore, and they played Thursday, I think, and then the varsity got started Thursday at East Limestone. I think the Elkmont boys beat Ardmore, so Elkmont played East last night. East won. Clements played West. Boys, Clements beat West like 38-35.
Wow.
I'm taking your thunder.
That's right, you are.
but I ain't give you the score from last night, though.
That's right. He's saving a little bit.
And then Clements had to play Tanner. So
all right. Well, speaking of Tanner, we have
keep on.
We have brand new football coach hired at Tanner. In case
he's not a new face, he's the old.
Not
face.
A new face, man. I mean, you wonder. Number one, would he be interested in it? Number two, if he was interested, it's perfect hire for Tanner High School. He's a friend of all of us, also a friend of Tailgate Talk. Matt Smith is the new Tanner football coach.
Braun Strowman.
Big
wrestler, Braun Strowman.
Big wrestler. I got it. And a name from, I don't know if Joel's not from this area, but his wife is.
His wife went to school with me and Debbie. And Clint,
and Clint. Donna Weathers' husband she's now Donna Weathers Schrenk, and her husband, Joel Schrenk, is the Elkmont the new Elkmont football coach. Congratulations to them, and I know Donna's happy to get home.
Yeah.
Deb said she saw her at her mother's house driving by the other day. So
yeah,
we got our Swami of the SEC, our weekly main man visitor, Mr. A.P. Steadham, will be joining us, as will Clay Coleman. The freaks come out at night, Mr. Freak Daddy himself.
Is he on the road somewhere today?
You know what? I don't know. I hadn't been in touch with him. I need to. I don't know. I don't know whether to call him at home or on his cell phone. I have to send him a text.
I think I may need Roger. Roger Kitchen will also be joining us. He's our power mental performance guy.
Yeah.
He's that guy when things are down in the crunch time and you've got to shoot that free throw to win the game, and you got to fall back on some of Rogers.
Sink that birdie putt.
Which you got to fill that one in.
Well, I mean,
that birdie putt.
Make it a birdie putt.
This birdie putt. Yeah, but that birdie putt, man. It's there, it's standing right in front of you. You gonna let the new guy beat you? That's right. That's for sure.
And when your sump pump goes out,
when your sump pump goes out. That's where I was going with that. Actually, your power mental performance. You must have the mental calmness, not to overreact and lose your absolutely ever-loving mind. Roger's joining us. He's a good friend, a good guy, and a friend of the show. Been coming on pretty much off and on ever since we started this thing years ago.
Yeah, and it's been a while, so I don't know what he's been up to. So
I saw him.
What he's doing.
I saw him in the airport, so I know at least he was flying one day.
He's going somewhere.
Going somewhere. That's right. And Kinley Hargrove, sophomore at Athens High School, I believe, is what you said?
I think that's right.
We'll get clarification when she gets here. She has started a podcast called Talk Women's Sports.
Huh.
I forget. Not aggressive. She's doing well for being a sophomore, getting started early.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. I mean, she's, hope to.
Maybe we'll be a good influence on her.
Maybe.
Maybe not. Maybe.
She can learn either how to do things or how not to do things.
Yeah.
One way or the other, maybe we'll influence in a good way.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, is that it?
I think so.
That is it. You said making that birdie putt, man. It got me.
Man, I'm so ready.
I am.
Get out back on the golf course. Just
I-
watching it on TV. you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. And the kid, Nathan, is that his name?
Nick Dunlap
Nick Dunlap. Yep.
won last week, and then couldn't get the $1.5 million. It went to the second place guy because he was an amateur,
Yeah.
and then he decides Tuesday I'm going pro.
He's still gonna make that 1.5 back.
Yeah,
And
and see the guy that was
Wait. Back up. Okay, so he what did he? He just won the tournament, and that's
all
it.
he got was a trophy
he got a trophy.
Oh wow.
because he was still what I was told,
Oh, because he was the amateur.
yeah.
Not,
So
okay,
what I was
that's right.
told is the only way he could have got the money,
Right.
he had to declare to turn pro the Wednesday before the tournament started.
Okay.
So the guy, going into the final round, Sam Burns was tied with him. Mm-hmm. Well, last two holes, Sam dunked them both in the water. So the guy that was in third, he finished second. He gets the $1.5 million. And so Nick decides this ain't happening again.
I don't blame him.
So he goes and tells Coach Sewell, look, I ain't giving this up no more. I'm going on.
Right. I think he told him that before because Coach showed up at the, that's cool about Coach. I mean, I'm an Albie, but my goodness, your college coach shows up to Lee Hodges' first win. He shows up to Nick's first win.
Yeah.
Good kudos to him. man.
And another kudos to Mickey Wolf out here at Canebrake.
Yep.
Nick was out there ever since he was, I guess, teenager or whatever. They trained out there at Canebrake with Mickey and his staff, and now look at him now. And Lee did too as well. And, but prayers out to Mickey and their family. Miss Stacy's not doing too good. They had hospice called in. So So just prayers for the Wolf family. And but we're just happy for these local guys doing well. So
absolutely.
Now we're not stealing no more Tim.
No more thunder. It's time to toss it to producer extraordinaire for
Scores and more.
All righty, we do have basketball going on. Some big tournaments going on out there at East Limestone. As far as this
January Madness.
January Madness.
Limestone County tournament action going on. Last night, semifinals, the Clements girls beat Ardmore 62-37. That's varsity. And the Tanner varsity boys defeated Clements 63-39. Well, those nagging things just pop up here and just block my view.
Pop up? You need a pop-up blocker to block
so
pop-ups.
now, okay.
Then we won't have pop-ups.
Get out of here. Let's see where. Okay, all right. Tanner boys beat Clements 63-39. East Limestone girls defeated West Limestone 54-39, and the East Limestone boys beat Elkmont 63-39. Now elsewhere, Bob Jones and James Clemens got together over there at the hangar, and James Clemens got the worst of it. The boys won their game. Patriots won their game 51-46. And then the Bob Jones girls also won 48-32. Of course, they're ranked number one in the state. Woodville boys beat ABS 70-61, but the Lady Trojans won their game 54-47. Athens boys beat Columbia 61-48, but the Lady Golden Eagles lost 50-39. East Limestone bowling teams are going to be going to the state tournament next week. And the James Clemens girls are also going to be competing down there, so that's going on next week. The state indoor track meet is next week. Mobile.
Mobile's the bowling tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So there you go. Scores. Let me tell you where we'll be here in the coming weeks. Upcoming guests, we've got Gary Sarnoff. He's the author of Team of Destiny. Walter Johnson, Clark Griffith, Bucky Harris, and the 1924 Washington Senators. So
Okay.
You like that old baseball history. He's the guy to talk to. We'll be having Daryl Furman coming on for his annual visit. His banquet's going to be going on. We'll be live with the Huntsville Havoc, live at UAH, and live at the Chili Challenge coming up in
Chili Challenge.
April. So that's getting started back
all right.
up. So,
Debbie, if you're listening, get Yellowhammer. Get a team from Yellowhammer. Come out there to the Chili Challenge.
This afternoon,
April.
And then
we'll be out at East Limestone
for the finals of the Limestone County Tournament, Clements girls and East Limestone girls, and then the Tanner boys and East Limestone boys will be playing there in the finals, at least the varsity games. Anyway, I don't have the lineup of the middle school and JV. But
we'll get it started with a girls' game around 3:30 on Play Action Sports. And,
all right.
And the boys will follow soon after that. So.
Sweet. Who'll be on play-by-play?
It'll be myself.
All right.
I don't know if Todd's going to work in.
He might. I don't know. We'll have to ask him.
And frequent visits to the Bamazak Hospitality.
Oh, yeah.
So they named the hospitality room.
We did.
Y'all did?
Yeah.
We did.
It's the unofficial name. I'll have to get there early to check that out, too. So you asked me when I was coming. It'll probably be a little bit earlier than what I told you.
And it's usually downstairs in Chad Drake's old classroom.
Really?
Yes.
Cool.
So now you told everybody else where to come.
Well,
we'll have a line in front of us.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's Scores and More, brought to you by P4 Physical Therapy, delivering world-class outpatient care with a purpose. Visit them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com.
So is that it?
That's it.
That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, that wraps it up for the first segment here of Tailgate Talk. And y'all stick around. We'll be right back. We got a lot of stuff going on today. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Hear Applebee's Tailgate Talk on your Alexa device by saying, Alexa, open PAS Plus, and hear it in crystal clear quality. Applebee's Tailgate Talk will be right back. P4 Physical Therapy is a new outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in Athens, Huntsville, and Winfield, Alabama, as well as Fayetteville and Knoxville, Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com.
First National Bank is a name everyone in the community recognizes. We see it in our schools, in our parks, and in our homes. First National Bank is proud to help make our community great. I am First National Bank Student Advisory Board member Elijah Goins from Athens Bible School, and I love to help represent First National Bank in my community. First National Bank, making communities great.
Located at 1880 Highway 72 East and 321 South Jefferson Street in Athens. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling, paint peeling off your walls, shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed, and insured. Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State hometown team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
Want to howl with the Havoc this season? Now's your chance from Tailgate Talk and the Huntsville Havoc. Just go to tailgatetalk.net and register your name. Then listen to Applebee's Tailgate Talk this Saturday morning at 10 on WKAC Radio as we announce the winners of Huntsville Havoc tickets. Howl with the Havoc this season from the Huntsville Havoc and Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Hello, I'm Andrew Smith, head baseball coach at Dartmore High School. And you listen to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
I'm all about that action. I'm all about that action. I'm all about that action. I said I'm all about that action.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't think we got that on there.
We didn't get that on the air. That's all good. But we have this man on the air, the Swami of the SEC, our go-to guy for insider sports and knowledge Mr. A.P. Steadham. A.P., how you doing, man?
Hey, good morning. Good morning. So glad to be in Applebee's Tailgate Talk, WKAC 1080 AM, Athens, Alabama.
Last week we had a best of because we were covered in ice and cold. So something happened between the 2 weeks at Alabama, and it's time for you to talk about Coach DeBoer, if you don't mind.
Did that ice come from the northwest or
no?
What was the direction?
Our ice, if it's going ice, it comes from the southwest or the west. It comes out of Texas and Mississippi.
Right. Oh, yes. Yeah. But anyway, so Coach DeBoer of Washington. So I think the most couple positive things for people who follow Alabama, he beat Texas 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
He beat him in the state of Texas, and he beat him in New Orleans, which is near Texas. So I think that's pretty significant. Of course, he had the same quarterback, very outstanding quarterback. He'll have some good quarterbacks at Alabama, I'm sure. But he knows how to win football games. Now can he have a better defense at Alabama? And I would say the recruiting, that's going to be a question mark. But he's done fairly well in his short time here. They were going to lose some players for various reasons, primarily financially, I guess, the NIL. But when you have the Caleb Downs, the outstanding All-American freshman safety for Alabama, and doesn't even follow his coach to Georgia, he heads up north to Ohio State. So that was really financial reason, I guess. But yeah, Coach DeBoer went big time winner.
Yeah.
So
did you say? You say
yeah.
he brought his quarterback with? Did Penix come to Washington?
No. I said he had Penix for 2 years. When he beat Texas.
Yes. Gotcha.
Yeah. So
he had his quarterback with him. Got it. Sorry, I missed.
Yes.
I missed that one.
And then AP he gets Kane Womack from South Alabama to leave as the head coach to come be the DC because of the relationship they had in Indiana.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that was a strong hire for him. I mean, he didn't hesitate. He went straight to his former associate, Kane Womack, who's done some good things at South Alabama. So, like I said, we're going to see if his defense will be improved at Alabama, probably with some better athletes. I think that's the case.
And then I think he runs a 4-2-5. That was his defense, I think. So,
right, yeah.
And then with Womack leaving, Major Applewhite is the new head coach at USA. How is that?
Yeah,
how is everybody like that down there?
Yeah, I believe they like. Major was always kind of a favorite of mine when he played at Texas.
I always love what. I don't know if it's the name or what, but I always
right.
liked
He had the name. Yeah, he had the swag. He wasn't gifted athletically, but he was skilled and he had talent. And he was a winner, and you could always count on him in the clutch. That's what I like about Major Applewhite at Texas.
Right. Big news this week. Ryan Williams committed. He bounced back and forth. He committed.
Right.
Tested the waters around and.
Yeah. I think he's the player that seems to like the spotlight, which is fine. I mean, because you're on the big stage at Alabama and being in the SEC. So, but I, when you watched his recruitment and his things that he would say on social media, he was supposed to announce on his birthday. Then he was going to Texas, going to Auburn for different visits. Backed off of both of those. Ended up signing with Alabama. So we'll see what happens. It's a tremendous high school player. Very, very talented. Catch the football, give him to him on the reverse, the kickoffs, the punts, the receiving. Yeah, he's got a lot of versatility to his game. So that was a big signing. It's a big signing for, I think, the coach. Well, if you look back, you might say in the future, you would say, well, Nick Saban, he signed Julio Jones. And that was important.
Yeah.
And maybe this Ryan Williams, looking forward in 5 years from now, I say, well, that was a key hire to get Ryan Williams, and he has a above average career at Alabama.
Another LA guy right there, lower Alabama.
That's it.
Sarah Land and where'd Julio go? Foley, that's right.
Foley, right.
I think Cam Coleman come from Foley.
Yeah.
For Auburn.
Thompson.
Right. That's right. He come from Thompson. You're right.
Right, the receiver, the big receiver. He's from Foley. Yeah. Auburn's got a good set of receivers. I was thinking about this the other day. When you look at the quarterback who transferred from Michigan State, he had Keon Coleman.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, if you look back, Keon had about 50-something catches, 7 or 8 touchdowns. I would think that this quarterback is going to improve with those young receivers.
You know, the reason this quarterback has such a bad rating, or had the rating he had this year, is because he had about 20 drops.
Yeah.
I mean, Camden Brown, number 4, God bless you, son. I love you. You wear the navy blue and burnt orange, but you dropped 2 touchdowns in Vanderbilt. That hit him in the hands.
Yeah. Because when you're looking at him as a quarterback, he had, I think, 27 touchdowns one year at Michigan State. He had the 9 or 10 wins, 11, whatever it was. And then the next year he had the drop off, I think it was 5 wins. So something happened there. I'm not sure, but I believe this quarterback, and I thought Auburn, the game planning last year, I mean, they had those 2 games of at least 200 yards against Georgia and Alabama. They did something right.
That Coach Freeze was calling the plays in that game. That game and the Arkansas game, there were obvious plays that Coach Freeze obvious games he was not calling the plays.
Right, and then even their passing game, he got guys open. They didn't perform as well. But I think with these young receivers that are hungry, more talented and skilled, that this bodes well for Auburn. I mean, I'm not predicting winning the conference, but I'm saying offensively they should be better.
We got 2 more years of recruiting classes before we start getting where we can compete year in and year out for stuff like that.
And I kind of like Hank Brown.
I love Mr. Hank Brown.
He may give Mr. Thorne a run for his money.
He may very well do it. And you get Walker White in there. He's built like Tam Tebow right now. Yeah. So he's coming in. There will be they will not just hand the keys. I don't think they'll just hand the keys to Peyton Thorne because of last year. Because there's talent. There's 2 quarterbacks behind him that can play.
Oh, yes.
They're just young.
Oh. Yeah, and Hugh Freeze, he doesn't shy away from saying there's competition.
No.
At positions. So, no, that's good for everybody. In this world, if you could teach, I mean, this is something goes, when you reflect back to Coach Bryant, he always said he can teach his players how to compete.
Yes.
If you can teach them how to compete as a parent or as a guardian or you're part of their family, or as a head football coach or assistant football coach, you're providing something to a young person that they can utilize forever and will be valuable in their life.
Yes. He instilled that into another young coach named Patrick Fain Dye, who came over. And he had that same upraising in Georgia by his dad. And Coach Bryant taught the same thing. So when Coach Dye come to Auburn in 80, I believe it was, he had a major roster cleansing of the guys that you were either going to play his way or you were going to go somewhere else because Coach didn't come to lose. And you see that attitude like Coach Bryant instilled in his players as Coach Dye instilled in his. And, look at 82, 83, 84, 85. You get the players in that know how to win.
Yeah, they're competitive. I mean, and I always look at competition as I'm always competing against myself to be my best.
Yes.
It's not the person next to me, to my right or my left or in front of me or in back of me. I'm competing with myself to be my best. And then everything else, I mean, there's nothing more you can do.
That's true. That is true. But go ahead, Jake. Oh, I got you. Yeah, we're getting close to the end of the Sorry, buddy. I'm still going hard into these football conversations. We're getting close to the end. Talk to us about as we see it, how everybody can catch up with you.
Oh yeah, we had a nice show this week. We had the staff writer from the Advocate in Baton Rouge, Wilson Alexander, discuss LSU, which is an interesting situation with Brian Kelly and that football team. Then we had Ben McKee from Go Vols 247 Sports, discuss Tennessee. Yeah. So yeah, you can catch us on AP and Kelly as we see it. It's on Spotify. We also put on my personal page and the show's page the schedule. We're on somewhere Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and you can hear us on those stations. But if you missed anything, we always have our link episode up on about Thursday around 1 o'clock or so you can listen to that. So this week is the Senior Bowl coming up, so we'll probably be discussing the Senior Bowl, maybe put some interviews up there. We'll see. But then it's on to the Super Bowl after that.
I saw you and Bo Nix, man. Y'all on a first name basis in the questions look like.
Yeah, Bo. This is the third time I've been with him this year. Well, this last 12 months. I was with him in Las Vegas twice.
Yeah.
And we were there for the Pac-12 Media Day, and then also he received the William Campbell Trophy. That's the academic award for the student athlete that competes in football at the National Football Foundation banquet. Yeah, so Bo was cool. And then I was with him in Phoenix when he was at the National Quarterback Club and other times. So I like Bo. I mean, and good for him that he rejuvenated his career at Oregon.
Absolutely. Hey, buddy, we'll talk to you next week.
Have a good one.
Hey, thank you so much.
Thanks so
Appreciate
much.
it. Thank you now. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye. Ladies and gentlemen, that was AP Steadham, our Swami of the SEC. We're going to take a quick break and come back with Kinley Hargrove. We're going to talk a little women's sports on the podcast. We'll be right back. You listen.
Are you getting the propane service you deserve? At Ferguson LP Gas in Ardmore, you always get the most value for your dollar, professional gas personnel who make safety a high priority, and you can always get in touch with them any day of the year at any time. They accept Visa and MasterCard too. So if you're not happy with your present propane supplier, join the many who have made the switch. Give Ferguson LP Gas in Ardmore a call at 256-423-3320.
Davis & Cole LLP in Athens has served the area assisting individuals and businesses with bookkeeping, tax preparation and filing, and routine accounting. Davis & Cole LLP, located at 105 South Marion Street, open weekdays 9 to 5. Call 256-232-9994. Davis & Cole LLP.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens, your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
Bring a little caffeination inspiration to your next event with Travelin' Tom's Coffee of Athens. Turn up the heat in these cooler months with their signature products, including a full coffee menu, white chocolate mocha, lattes, frappes, energy drinks, lemonades, and teas. Travelin' Tom's serves events of any size, concerts, neighborhood block parties, high school football games, you name it. Travelin' Tom's Coffee of Athens is sure to make any event a little sweeter. Visit Travelin' Tom's Coffee of Athens on Facebook or call them at 434-1734. Travelin' Tom's Coffee of Athens.
Listen this basketball season as WKAC brings you action from the Athens High Golden Eagles. Join us for play-by-exciting play of varsity girls and boys games on our sports stream at WKAC1080.com. Tune in to WKAC and hear the replay each Saturday at noon, and then check it out on our website on demand. Athens High Golden Eagles basketball this season online at WKAC1080.com and on the air at 1080 WKAC.
Good morning. My name is Smokey Hodge, former linebacker at Auburn University. You're listening to the Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
And welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Tom McClung here, old Tom, alongside Tojo J. Vassar, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, and all this snow's making us want to go play golf. You know what? Goodness. Can't get out there right now. It's too muddy.
I know.
Too wet, too rainy.
No roll.
No roll. It's going to stop where it hits. That's for sure. And we've got our special guest in the house. We talked to AP on the First National Bank hotline, making communities great, but we've got Kinley Hargrove here in-house, in studio at Applebee's in Athens, Alabama. Welcome to the show, Kinley.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Cool. So what do you do?
I'm the owner of Talk Women's Sports, and it's a social media platform and fully focused on the podcast level. And we're really just trying to interview local coaches and female athletes to try and get the word out and really just promote women's sports around the area.
See, owner. That got me. That's unique. Did you? It's like websites. You have to go and claim the website or whatever. Yeah. Is that something you had to do with this right here?
Yes, sir. My dad and me, we own the domain.
The domain. That's the word I was looking for. The domain. So Okay, so nobody else can get Talk Women's Sports.
Correct.
That's yours as long as you keep it active, right?
Correct.
Good. That's cool. So are you doing podcasts now?
I am. My fourth episode just released this morning with Coach Whitley Berryhill from the Athens girls volleyball team. So
okay, cool. Come on, Tim, turn your
She's
mic.
got an inside track there. I've been trying to get Coach Berryhill on. So
well, now you know somebody.
Now you know somebody who knows somebody. That's right.
Yeah.
There you go.
So how long you been interested in doing this?
Yeah.
So I've always been interested in like promoting women's sports. I've always seen a gap. But recently, in the past, I guess, few months, I've really seen a gap between the collegiate level and the high school level, because like once we're getting to such a great level in women's sports now with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, and that whole collegiate level is just skyrocketing now. But on the high school level, there's not much coverage or promotion. So I think about a month ago, I came up with this idea, and then 2 days later, I had the website, and then
nice.
3 days later, I had an interview with 256 Sports, and I mean, it's gone from there.
I think we know the guy from 256.
We know the guy. Yeah, absolutely.
Some guy named One Adam 12.
Yeah, One Adam 12. That's right.
And I had a question, and it just flew out of my old mind.
I hate it when that happens.
I know it. Well, you know, you talked about how fast everything. I mean, there's no sense in dragging your feet on it. I mean, you get an idea and roll with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like so many people have supported me as well. I have many coaches who have posted on their personal accounts. Coach Capri Tucker.
Mm-hmm. Yes, she's a friend of the show.
Chelsea Hurst, Whitley Berryhill, and Natalie McElroy. Like just a bunch of our coaches at Athens have really promoted it. Even like Athens City Schools, they're being very supportive about this. They got me an interview on Thursday. I think it's going to be Thursday. Of the news is coming to school and doing a story on this. And so I just think it's really branched out to stuff that I never thought it would. So
any particular channels coming out? Are you sure which is it like television coming out or?
I think they're doing like a full news story on it and then like an article, but I'm not 100% sure, so don't hold me to it.
Okay.
Well, you've already stepped out now, so
that's right. You done jumped out there, put it on the ledge.
And then we know all the local lady coaches and girls coaches here in the county, so we can hook you up with that. So there you go. A lot more episodes.
Well, now how often do these episodes come out? Every week or?
Yes, sir. Every Saturday is when I try and do them, but I really just work around the coach's schedule. So any day in the week that I can get an interview from them, I edit it and then I post it on Saturdays.
Yeah. Okay. So they drop on Saturdays. So, okay.
Well, you're talking about how women's sports are getting more acclaim, I guess you'd call it. Auburn's women's basketball coach, Coach Johnny Harris, right? So the crowd at Neville when Coach Pearl and everybody's there is just like off the chain. It's top notch. Well, Coach Harris goes, "Hey, our women are playing. Why don't y'all show us some of the same love?" And that has started up. And since during that, Auburn beat number 1 LSU.
Yeah.
Missed a few shots, but you was talking about the women's sports growing, becoming more popular, and that's an example of it. So good for you, bringing the attention to it through your podcast.
Yeah.
Do you have players on or just coaches?
I do have players. So I had Bailey Higgins on for the first time. She's a basketball player here at Athens. But I do want to branch out. I think in 2 weeks I'm getting Riley Lovell. I think I'm going to try and get Riley Lovell. She plays for Bob Jones Volleyball.
Okay.
She's been very successful in the past few years. And she did go to Athens a few years ago, so I have the connections there. And just some collegiate players as well. I have connection for this upcoming week that I'm super excited about. She plays for the NWSL, so like the National Women's Soccer League, which is huge. From somebody who came from Texas and played at the University of Alabama 2 years ago, I think. But she's just a great player, and I'm super excited to interview her as well.
Well, I was wondering how wide your focus was going to be, if it was just going to be local or, if you were going to branch out,
I'd love to branch out to like collegiate players who played like anywhere around here, like even going down to Tuscaloosa, like collegiate player wise. But once I get, I guess, like my brand, like the foundation of it, I would love to branch out a little bit more.
Okay. I was wondering if you were going to kind of try to keep it some kind of connection to the local sports or whatever.
I mean, there's a lot of women she could talk to.
Lots.
She could talk to. She could get with you and get with Candace from Calhoun's women's coach.
Yeah.
And then we're friends with Allie Craig Cruz from Lauderdale County. Plays at UNA now. Played at Alabama.
Yeah.
So a lot of women.
Well, even Coach Tiber out there.
Yeah, Coach Tiber. Yeah, and then UAH's coach.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we got a lot of connections.
Talking to her
and
help you out.
Shannon Davis, brother.
Yeah.
She's a Hall of Fame member.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So we got a lot of connections.
Absolutely.
You put some shades on, girl. Your future's bright.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
So when you graduate high school, college, what do you want to? Sports journalism.
He's going to make millions of dollars on this podcast.
Yeah.
Man.
I mean,
I'd love to keep sports in my life somehow. I mean, I do want to go play soccer at a collegiate level. That is a very large goal of mine that I've had my eyes set on. But at the same time, I think coaching has always been something that is in the back of my mind as well. I'm surrounded by a bunch of confident female coaches who I think have inspired me to want to step into that position. And even if it's just like athletic training or maybe going into sports journalism, I just want to keep sports in my life somehow.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned Caitlin Clark a while ago. Are you a fan?
I'm a huge fan.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We all
I got a jersey.
Well, Tim's going.
Me, not so much, but
Really?
I mean, she's a good player. I'm just not
a good player.
She's the Steph Curry of
I think he hinted out. That
I'm just talking about personality-wise.
I think he hinted out they're going to try to do a 3-point shootout
with Sabrina Ionescu and Steph Curry, who plays for the New York Liberty, and the All-Star Weekend.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then that girl from Connecticut, she's pretty good too. I can't think of her name.
Paige Becker, the UConn player.
Yeah.
She's really good.
That poor old, Caitlin didn't even see that girl the other day wrestling the coach.
It's funny. It's that people are asking her about the flop. Like she gets blindsided by the girl, and then like you don't just. It's not like you don't watch. It's not like getting shot in the movies where you fall back. It does take a little while to figure out, ow, I'm hurt.
Yeah.
And then you get to take a shot in the ribs, and you're like, oh, you take a couple of steps and go down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think it's a flop. I mean, you can tell the pain hit.
Me and Garth were talking about it one night at a basketball game, and he said, man, I sure like to go watch her play. I said, well, the closest she's playing right here is Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
So, but, yeah, she
didn't flop like, say, one of them Ole Miss defensive linemen when they need a timeout or something. So.
Those are hilarious.
They are.
So you used to play soccer?
Yes.
Never in volleyball, basketball, softball?
I didn't play
Yes, she played
basketball,
basketball.
and I played softball when I was younger, but never volleyball. I think it'd be fun, though, but I just don't think I'd be very good.
Huh.
My sister-in-law's stepdaughter played volleyball at Athens. She's pretty good. Elmore. Elizabeth Elmore.
When did she play?
A couple years ago. She's at UAB now. College, so. You was probably in the 7th grade when she was playing, so I doubt you'd know her. But anyway, she was very good. About your height, good at digging, none of that part of it.
So where can we hear the
podcast?
You can hear it on our videos. Our full-length videos are on YouTube. And then if you just want the audio, it's on Spotify at Talk Women Sports. You go to our website, and all of our links are there, so you can listen to our preview. So I post like small reels of our videos on Facebook and Instagram. Mm-hmm. So just to check, to kind of get the word out that it's coming out the next day. And then this morning I released my interview with Coach Barry Hill, so it's on Spotify right now.
Okay.
TalkWomenSports.com.
Okay.
All right.
I was thinking
all one word.
I was thinking Spotify did videos too.
They do.
I know
it's
they do.
Just, it takes so long to upload.
Okay.
So I just stick with the audio, and then I post the video somewhere else.
That's where our audio.
Now, are these in person or just on the phone?
It's over a computer, but I am going to expand to more of in person for like local interviews. So if I decide to go to like Huntsville, I'll probably just do the video. But if it's an Athens coach again, I'll probably go in person.
So there's a podcast app on my iPhone here. Can you find it through your podcast? I mean, through the...
Probably search it on there, yeah.
Let me find out.
I'm not sure. I know you can search it on Spotify.
I sort of say if you got Spotify, you could.
I don't know if I got Spotify or not.
Well, now, okay, but it's just on Spotify, or are you doing other?
I'm going to expand because it's been hard to set up like other accounts. So that's why I'm just going to try and do like this upcoming week. That's what I was going to expand on.
Okay, because I mean ours go. I go through Spotify with ours, but then I mean you can also the service that I use. Well, it's Spotify for podcasters, and I mean you can get hooked up on Amazon podcasts and all these different platforms that they kind of hook you up with from the beginning, and then you can you can get on Pandora and other stuff as long as you got your link. So
get on.
That's why I ask, some of these
Pandora, iHeart, Google, and other popular platforms.
Right.
Yeah.
There you
But I couldn't find you on the podcast app here on the iPhone.
I'll find it.
But you're just getting started. You'll get it there.
Yeah. I mean, if you got like even Audible, I mean, you can go on Audible and hear us on Audible.
Really?
So,
yeah.
Cool.
So I just had to do some work. And we're kind of getting into fringe stuff here,
Right.
So I don't know. But if you're interested in doing podcasts, that's a way to kind of spread out.
I don't know if I know how to start one.
I don't either. I could talk for an hour, but is that listed as it's no apostrophe in Talk Women's?
There's
sport?
not. It's just Talk Women's Sports.
Gotcha.
There is a double S though because it's like women's sports.
But it's all one word.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha.
Women's sports.
Sports.
Yes, Talk Women's Sports. Right there. There we go. One of our loyal listeners was asking, so I had to get the...
Is it Beanie?
No, Greg Miller.
Greg Miller.
Yeah. Miller time. Well, Kinley, thank you so much for joining us, and best of luck. Don't be a stranger. Tim talked about maybe you coming back on, so I'm talking a little bit later.
And then get with Tim. We'll get you hooked up. Well,
and come in here and sit down and be part of the show. So
and you can learn more from us, and we'll learn more from you.
You can learn what not to do a lot of times from us. Ladies and gentlemen, live here in the studio at Applebee's, Kinley Hargrove, TalkWomenSports.com, all one word, and check her out on Spotify. And on Spotify, exactly. And just getting started. Hopefully, great things coming. It's time to take a break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
When you want to pay your propane bill, talk to someone face-to-face about a problem, or just get that security blanket feeling that your needs will be handled locally, where do you go? Local People's Gas in Athens or Ferguson LP Gas in Ardmore, that's where. Just call Local People's Gas at 230-3600 or Ferguson LP Gas at 423-3320, or drop by one of the offices and ask about their easy changeover plan. They'll treat you like you deserve to be treated and give you that security blanket feeling, knowing that someone is always close by 24/7, 365 days a year. Local People's Gas in Athens, 230-3600 or Ferguson LP Gas in Ardmore, 423-3320. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. While others have come and gone, the Lion's Den Gym has been roaring as a workout and exercise fixture in Athens, growing from its humble basement beginnings in 1981 to their current 10,000 square foot location at 212 Commercial Drive in Athens. The Lion's Den offers 24/7 access to their ever-expanding equipment collection that includes treadmills and climbers, elliptical trainers, stationary bikes, loose weights and dumbbells, and over 45 different weight machines. Contact the Lion's Den Gym about a membership today at 256-652-2627. Visit them online at lionsdengym.com or on Facebook. The Lions Den Gym, 256-652-2627. Now that you've got that new place on the water, BP Riverworks can finish the picture with a boathouse, dock, or seawall. Call Barron Pugh at 251-200-2273 or Tracer Pugh at 256-206-7097. BP Riverworks, licensed and insured, 251-200-2273 or 256-206-7097. PASnetwork.net. It's now your gateway to the Play Action Sports Network. Whether it's Play Action Sports coverage of school, youth, and amateur sports from Athens and Limestone County, or Calhoun basketball, James Clemens Sports, and Applebee's Tailgate Talk via PAS Plus. PASnetwork.net. Follow the links to download apps to hear live streams and podcasts, enable Alexa skills, or listen live on your computer. Covering Athens and Limestone County area sports, PASnetwork.net.
Hi, this is Tyrone Poole, former NFL cornerback and two-time Super Bowl champion. And you are listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
When you're born in this world, you're given a ticket to the freak show.
So you're a control freak?
It's just a freak show anyway.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. The Freak Daddy himself, Clay Coleman.
Hey, good morning. How are y'all?
Good morning, dude.
Are you at the crib this morning?
No, I'm actually at another wrestling tournament. Yeah, we're over at Bob Jones for a tournament they've got going on. So I'm up early wrestling after a late night of hockey. So.
Dude, I seen some videos last night of the game. It was raucous and a great crowd last night. A big win in overtime and another sellout tonight.
Yeah, last night was interesting because they really played really bad the first two periods. They were down 4-1 in the third. There's partial video of it on social media where Stuart Steffen, the head coach, they recorded the locker room speech going into the third, and majority of it you probably couldn't play because of the verbiage that was not the Lord's English.
So it wasn't from the King James version. Huh?
No. Maybe LeBron James version, but not the King James version. Different King James. But no, he really tore into them, and then they scored 3 goals in 11 minutes. Probably one of the first times. Yeah, probably one of the first times. Usually when they pull the goalie, I've rarely seen it work out, but it worked out last night. And then they went into overtime, and literally the second trip down the ice, they scored and won it against the first place marksman. So that was a big win, but I would say tonight will be an interesting night because the first place team doesn't like to lose to a fourth or fifth place team. So it'll be a good one tonight for sure.
Bless their hearts. Polo squirrels.
So it was a good game. It's one.
I hate we're gonna miss that one, Tim.
I know it.
We would have been there if it hadn't been for the snow last week. So.
Yeah.
Well, do you have tickets for tonight?
Well, no, we have the Limestone County basketball tournament finals today.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can't do that. Say I could probably maybe sneak you in somewhere in the Freak Daddy section, but that's about as good as I could do.
And see, the thing about it is, I didn't know till I saw the promo on TV about the being Chaos's birthday and all the mascots being there for his birthday, and I thought, well, there you go.
Yeah, use Jersey night tonight, so it's always a fun night where the kids get all the free jerseys, so that'll be a fun night. And like I said, 6 straight sellouts. Even though last night it was, I kind of tease them back in the day when I was me and some of the other guys. We would still, even though, yes, the tickets were sold out, you couldn't get a ticket. You have a lot of people, so I like to announce the in-house number more so than the sellout number. But there was a lot of people that had left that missed probably some of the most exciting hockey there in that last third period last night for sure.
That's the best part right there at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. It got exciting. Like I said, I don't know what, you kind of, I guess as a coach, you'd probably want to get even mad at them after the game because it's like you're able to give that effort in the third period, but for 2 periods you didn't. So it's like you're excited that you won, but you're like, well, okay, well, where the heck were you?
Yeah.
Well, that's when you're, as a coach, you can jack them up before the game starts. This time,
Yeah,
I don't want to have to get to you in the middle, in the second break or whatever.
Yeah, we had one guy last night in a freak kind of accident where he had they got into a fight and then they rolled over, and I think the guy broke his ankle.
Ooh.
So one of our guys is out with that, and then Cole Reginato got a pretty good shot with a stick to the face, and you could literally see part of the tooth fly out. That was pretty interesting. So yeah, it was kind of like, okay, this one got kind of chippy and kind of tough. So, but like I said, it was a great game. Like I said, I've never. Usually, you see the pulled goalie. You rarely see it work out in your favor. Usually, it ends up being an empty netter, and everybody leaves moaning. But it was an exciting one last night for sure.
Cole's kind of gotten a target on his back here in the past few games, and I didn't look at the stats yet from last night. I'm assuming it didn't get like that second game in Peoria.
No, it wasn't. There was maybe one little altercation. It was getting chippy, but we had Procopio got suspended, so down in Pensacola, so he was out. So it's one of these things where it's like, okay, guys, you can be chippy, but we got to still have players. So let's try not to get everybody kicked out or whatever. So, but it was a neat night. Kyle Sharkey, who's an assistant coach for Fayetteville, they got to honor him coming back. That was kind of cool. Seeing Sharkey again, and even though I told him that they were mad at me because he hated when people played Baby Shark. He hated it with a passion. And I had told him, I said, if y'all really want to do it, you build him up and say, welcome back, and then you just hammer him down with Baby Shark. And it would have been the perfect way, but they didn't do it. They didn't take my advice, but that would have been a good one. But, yeah, it was good to see Sharkey. He's a good guy. Glad to see him, doing well. They got a really good team. So I would expect tonight will be a tough game.
And everybody should be back from suspensions tonight, right?
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So then they raised $25,000 for Manor House last night, which $25,000 will buy a lot of meals for needy people. So that was a cool thing. Continuing on with I wonder sometimes, like our fans you think that they can't do enough and they do more. Like the Melissa George game a couple weeks ago, when it went 3,000 or 4,000 over the highest that we'd ever had. I mean, it was just phenomenal.
I was going to ask how much they raised for Melissa George night.
Yeah, it was like, I think it was 76, something like that.
Something.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And I got to give a shout out to my friends Mike and Melissa Edwards, who they're the big sponsors with Window World. They bought my jersey for $5,000, so it made me look really special. I mean, it's like, okay, well, the old guys hanging in there.
Clay, looking at the standings, top 4 teams, they're right in there. It's tight, nip and tuck for sure.
Yeah, like 8 points, I think, now behind 8 or 9 points behind Fayetteville. So where we're at, yeah. But I think that it's one of those years where the bottom and the top have completely separated. The Knoxvilles have kind of had a meltdown with a lot of craziness going on in their world, and the Marksmen and guys like that. It's just like they've kind of, I don't say they've given up, but it's just definitely there's a divide. There's not going to be this, hey, there's 8 teams that can win it. I think they're going to look at probably 2 or 3 are going to have the shot to go after it this year.
It's the top how many that get to the playoffs?
You get 8 out of the 10. So,
okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, but I think really you'll probably get your 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't see any upsets if it were to go today. But you never know with hockey. But I would see it be those top 4 seeds will make it. Which will be a fun, exciting playoff too. I mean, if the better teams actually playing each other.
That's cool. Well, brother, thanks a lot for joining us. Give us a quick T-Bone update. How's the wrestling going?
Well, he's 1-1 today so far. So he had a tough loss just a minute ago, but he's doing good. He's there with all the snow, and when we went out to Vegas, he missed one tournament. So we're kind of in the gauntlet. They'll wrestle today, and then against Austin on Monday, and then they're doing a favor for Austin's showed up to do our senior night, so we can honor our seniors since we missed that. And then we're going Tuesday to Austin to honor their seniors. So
cool.
And then we'll go get into the sectionals, and then we'll have the state tournament. So it's
flying.
Coming to a close pretty fast.
It's flying, brother.
Yep.
All right, dude. Thanks a lot. We'll talk to you next week.
Thank y'all. No problem. All right, see y'all. Bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Freak Daddy Clay Coleman himself on the First National Bank Hotline, making communities great. I'm Tom McClung, Old Tom Cat, alongside Tojo J. Vassar, producer extraordinary Tim Lambert. It's time to take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Home security is not what it used to be. With Secure Connect and smart home integration features, you can unlock your doors and turn off your alarm from your smart home app. No more hiding a key under a rock. Get Secure Connect and live life connected. Call Ardmore Telephone Company at 800-830-9946 to secure your home today.
Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon. P4 Therapy is an outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in northern Alabama and southern Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com. Come see all your friends at Applebee's in Athens, Highway 72 West, just off I-65. 12 minutes guaranteed or it's free, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. 7 items to choose from. Can't make it for lunch? Visit them for happy hour, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. or late night. Half-price appetizers with beverage purchase, 6 appetizers to choose from. One of your favorite teams is sure to be playing on the big screen, too. See you tomorrow at Applebee's Neighborhood Grill, Highway 72 Athens, just off I-65. Now on a platform near you, the only year-round weekly podcast covering the Huntsville Havoc, the Wreakin' Havoc podcast. News, interviews, and more. Dropping every Thursday, we'll just reek of the Huntsville Havoc. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and listen, follow, and subscribe on your favorite platform via the PAS Plus app and online at wreakinhavoc.com.
Hey, this is West Limestone Boys basketball coach Justin Taylor, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Special guest segment sponsored by Yellowhammer Roofing. Our special guest is Roger Kitchen. Power Mental Performance in the house, dude.
I'm here, man.
About time you got back, man.
Let's do it.
Oh, shoot.
I was looking the other day, and I was trying to think, when was the last time I was here? Do you guys remember?
I remember this. He was on with us when we did our COVID shows on the Facebook Messenger.
Yep.
And
the
day we had Chris Stewart on.
It was April 2020.
Wow.
You got a good memory.
So yeah, I remember when we had you outdoors out there at the car show one year, but I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Was that the one we got Chris on it and everybody
Mo Carter was on there with us and everything.
Yeah, we had some leftovers from the segment before and it just called everybody. So
yeah, everybody was in the ring and just hanging out and
chilling.
Slamboree.
Yeah.
Battle Royal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I told you I'd been meaning to get you on and just, I think, okay, I'm going to get him on next week.
I saw you at the airport. I texted him. I'm like, I saw him. We got to get him on.
Cross paths.
That's right.
So what has been going on?
Yeah, what's been going on?
Man, a lot. So This is.
You look like you've been in the gym a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's still powerlifting. So I've been doing that for 7 years.
He's here to pump.
But with power mental performance, I'm in year 8. So
okay.
And it's interesting, that car show was like, you go back, and that was kind of when Power Mental Performance started, back when you guys hosted it at local Lindsay Lane Baptist.
Yes.
So, since then, it's just really grown organically here in North Alabama, working with a lot of high schools and a lot of sports across the high schools, segued into college basketball. So working with a school Division III #1 team in the country for basketball, men's basketball, Hampton Sydney College.
Oh, Hampton. Okay, yeah.
So they're between Liberty University there in Lynchburg and Richmond, Virginia. So they're in that corridor. But Hampton Sydney College, been working with them for 3 years. But back to what I'm doing here locally, it just started with one school and one team, and then it just kind of spread to a bunch of teams, and then just kind of as coaches move around, they're like, Roger, I got this job at this school, I need you to come with me, and really kind of the rest is history. This past year, I think I worked with 10 teams.
Wow.
Even down, I worked with so you guys remember Coach Waldrop? That was
Yeah.
So he was at Hoover, so talked to him, and I worked with Hoover football. Now he just went to Orange Beach and took that job, but I worked with him back in last spring, and then worked with their girls volleyball team at Hoover too. But then again, just kind of all over this area, different coaches move around. They're like, "You're coming with me," and I'm like, "Well, let's go, let's do it."
Just go to Orange Beach. No, wait.
Yeah, I told Coach Waldrop, I said, "Congratulations," but I think that might be a little bit of a drive for me to come down there. I made time to go down to Hoover to work, down there with him and the girls volleyball team. But yeah, it's been a wild ride, and really just taken off. So still doing a lot of one-on-one coaching with different athletes, different sports. So that's been really cool. Started to segue in a little bit to the corporate world,
right?
Where some companies will call me and say, "Hey, we want you to do what you're doing with teams. Come do it with my leadership team, or come do it with my exec team." So they're really interested in the mental performance, how it ties into business.
Okay, because I was gonna ask you, tell folks what kind of coaching that you do, because we mentioned being in the gym, and they think, well, you may be, physically, but it's more.
So for the listeners, I'm a mental skills coach, and they're like, "Well, Roger, what does that even mean?" So I tell people all the time, I'm like a strength and conditioning coach for your brain.
Yep.
So I'm teaching. I'm taking sports psychology and bringing it, to athletes and teams. And, my 5 pillars are helping them to increase their self-confidence, improve their focus. But then when you think about, when the stress hits and the pressure's on, what do you do? So I teach teams how to perform under pressure, how to overcome adversity, and then really adapt in stressful situations. So like when it's on the line and the pressure's there, how do those athletes respond, and how do those teams respond? So I bring in just a lot of different coaching techniques that allow that to happen.
Sort of like when your sump pump goes out in your basement.
Okay.
So you've got to get the sump pump replaced. So you get the sump pump replaced, you do your...
Tom, where are you going with this?
Oh, I'll show you.
Okay.
Trust me, I'll show you in just a second.
Okay.
You get the sump, you do your research, you're ready, you game time, the sump pump is replaced.
Okay.
And it's working. The basement is cleaned out.
I got it.
Now, the next night, something happens. The pressure is on now because the sump pump didn't work. It just threw you a curve.
I got it.
So what are you going to do, McClung? Are you going to lose your cotton-picking rabbit mind? Or are you going to get down and think about it, reevaluate what you've done and the steps, and go see what happened?
I got you.
Then you remove the piece of tar paper that got in there and blocked the float of the sump pump that stopped it from working, and boom, Bob's your uncle.
See, fortunately, I grew up in a house with a sump pump in our basement.
Well, that's where it's one in the basement, but the old one broke.
I got you.
So we had to put a new one in.
I got you. Yeah, I mean,
it was the first time, and I'm thinking this whole time, thanks to Roger Kitchens, kept me calm during this process.
So I guess, all right, I'm going to follow me on this one. I'll be honest with you, Tomcat. That's the first time I've had somebody use a sump pump analogy with me to talk about mental performance.
It's whatever the stressful situation
I get
is.
it. So, I mean, if you don't flush it, it stays.
Yeah.
And so, if your sump pump is your brain, you got to pump that stuff out.
That's right.
And keep it moving. So if your sump pump gets locked up, that nasty water just stays there.
It stays there. It don't go.
So we tell people all the time. So good segue. We tell people to flush it so that you can move on.
Yes, there you go.
Flush that negative emotion so that you can move on. You didn't know we were getting plumbing.
There we go. Where's Chuck Robinson if we need him?
He's like
the roto-rooter of
everybody gets in stressful situations.
Absolutely.
Chuck
when it
listening
comes
today?
It's Chuck.
All-Star Plumbing.
There you go. But when it comes time, you can't lose your beans.
No.
You've got to know what to do because it's going to happen. Whatever's happening.
Yeah, it's not
how you perform mentally.
Yeah. It's the idea is how do you manage it? How do you regulate it so that it doesn't overwhelm you, overtake you? Look, any sport is emotional. Things happen. There's stress. It's not that you're trying to be numb and not feel it. You'll feel it, but then what do you do with it? And so the idea is if you practice it, when those situations hit, you can feel it and move on. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't impact your performance, or you really minimize the negative effect of that situation.
Well, in that situation also is a hot water heater in the basement that if the water gets X high,
you missed your calling, Tom.
Your bottom unit,
Tool time, Tom.
your bottom element could electrocute and short out, and then you got to buy a brand new element. Yeah, applying. I think Tim, the two-man Taylor, might have benefited.
The plumber.
I think two-man would have benefited from power mental performance.
Now I'm trying to come up with a hot water heater analogy, and I'm just struggling with this one. Let me think on that.
That's all right.
But if your hot water heater leaks, then it's not working efficiently.
It's not working efficiently. That's right.
And that water bill goes up, and that electric bill goes up.
It just boils down to the situation.
You always got to pay somebody if you're not performing well.
Be prepared for something and don't lose your cool when crunch time happens.
What's that?
We need you out there at my work.
Oh, where you work?
Target Distribution.
Oh, yeah. It's a grind. Very physical, very demanding.
They stress out about everything.
Oh, okay.
I mean, fall season comes, Christmas time. It's just like they're pulling hair.
Chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just don't know how to just chill. It's going to be
trust
right.
the process.
Yeah. All they do is look at computers all day. This tells me this, and this tells me this, but we don't have enough room. What do we do? And then they come out there, well, y'all got to do this, y'all got to do this, y'all got to do that.
Sounds reactive.
Yeah.
And I bet a lot
reactives
of folks,
instead of proactive.
I bet a lot of folks after this week being shut in probably need some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were closed for 3 days.
Yeah.
And it's just chaos when we went back.
Yeah, I felt bad for the supply chain. You think about like UPS and the post office,
the mail,
FedEx, and all that. How they just, what the strain and stress was on that system, and even, the drivers, and what they got to deal with. I was at the UPS store. I just had to drop off something, and a lady walks in, and she just starts giving it to the young girl customer service rep behind the desk. I placed an order on the 13th, and it's not here, and just started going, and the girl's like, it's out on Winchester Road at the UPS hub, and probably the weather impact. Well, I ordered it, and I mean, she was just giving it, and I'm sitting there thinking, that poor girl has no dog in the fight at all.
Mm-hmm. Right.
She's just there.
And she can't tell her what she's really thinking. Trust me on that one.
It's not like she can magically teleport over to the Winchester hub and start going through boxes, It's just it's one of those things where it's like, you gotta stay calm, collected, and keep your cool.
Yep.
And not let whatever you're dealing with spill out.
Never let your personal life come into
don't spill it out on somebody that's got no skin in the game on that and can help you. So we got this, for basketball, we've got this concept, we call it palms down. So if you're watching basketball and somebody gets a foul, what's the normal reaction of that athlete? You know, we got basketball games on, and they'll get lit up and they'll get mad at the ref. And what do you normally see from a body language perspective? They direct all that energy towards that ref.
Yeah.
You're doing
palms up.
It's always palms up. So that's like the universal sign somebody's out of control. They've lost their mind. You know, their hot water heater's leaking and the sump pump's not working.
Hot water heater never leaked. It just we had to take care of it to keep that from happening.
Well, we're saying it leaked, man.
Oh, okay.
The elements out. Now it's leaking.
Yeah.
The bottom's rusted out of it.
Yeah.
And you know, we tell
mold is growing in everywhere.
Right. It's bad. You know, it's chaos. So the idea is you go from palms up to palms down.
Yes.
And palms down is that. I mean, you've seen it on the court.
Yeah.
You've seen people just kind of do this, you know, where they pump their hand. This is the universal sign that I'm in control. I'm collected. I'm going to choose the right response.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's ways to teach athletes how to like pause in that moment, understand what's going on inside, you know, your mind and your body. And the one team, you know, the Hampton-Sydney College really embraced this, and you'll see players all the time during games, bad call, something doesn't go their way, and you'll just see guys on the court just kind of they'll do that palms down just to reset, refocus, and move on to the next play.
Well, now you know we talked about you spending time in the gym. I imagine you know guys who are you know doing their workouts or whatever would probably need some.
Oh yeah,
mental pick me up, you know, while they're working out.
Yeah, so if you go back, think about competitive powerlifters, competitive weightlifters, and when I say weightlifters, most people are like, well, "What do you mean, guys and girls that go to Planet Fitness?" No, we're talking about athletes that do the Olympic movements. So snatch and clean and jerk. Any sport is 90% mental.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I mean, if you're not working on that, you're at a disadvantage. So I actually I coach weightlifters that are in college over at Lenore Ryan University.
Really?
Hickory, North Carolina.
You do a lot over there in that Appalachian type area, doesn't it?
Well, it kind of seems like that Atlantic seaboard, right?
Yeah, right.
But I know the coach that was there for a few years. He's since left, but he put together 2 back-to-back national championship teams while he was there. And he just, as different athletes had mental performance needs, he would just reach out to me and, you know, Roger, I need you to work with this athlete or that athlete. And so I started working one-on-one with a lot of his weightlifters, and one of them's an Olympic hopeful. So, yeah, to your point, Tim, if you're in a sport, if you're in a hobby, even if you're a performing artist, think about the pressure of an actor, actress. If you're first chair in an orchestra pick an instrument, you know, clarinet. Like, there's pressure to perform just about anywhere you go. So, I mean, you've got to learn how to manage, regulate it, and perform under that pressure that may show up.
I was looking up this comment when you talked about 90% mental. Reminded me of the Yogi Berra.
Yeah, right.
It says baseball's 90% mental, the other half is physical.
Yeah. Have you guys seen that documentary on him?
I watched it just the other day.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was really good. His yogiisms.
But, you know, it's like in the documentary, I mean, they sound kind of dumb on the surface, but then when you think about it, it's like, well, you're right.
Kind of. You know, it ain't over till it's over.
That's right.
You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was the thing the documentary pointed out. They're like, if you sit there and really think about it, you're like, yeah, it does make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You know, don't dismiss it right away.
Well,
tell us how everybody can find you in case they're stressing out over a sump pump in the basement or a heating element in a.
Yeah, so disclaimer, I'm not a plumber. Call Tomcat.
But he did stay at a Holiday Inn Express.
There you go, buddy.
There you go. I'm not a plumber, but I play one on TV. That's not even true either. But so I launched a website last year, so it's powermentalperformance.com. So go check that out. It's got a lot of information about what I do, who I do it with, and then just information, you know, more about the mental performance techniques that I use with high-performing teams and athletes. So the website's a really good resource. I'm on Instagram and Facebook, so Power Mental Performance there. So, yeah, just reach out to me, Google me, and we'll get together.
That sounds good. Don't be a stranger.
Man, I was happy to see Tim's text come in, so I'm glad.
They got to thinking, man, they don't love me no more. That's what I saw him in the airport. He goes, man, you guys don't love me no more. I'll tell you, we still love you. Man. We just got to get Tim. He's the boss.
El Jefe. We got to get
El Jefe.
We got to crack the whip.
I love it. That's the boss in Spanish, in case y'all don't know what El Jefe is. Raj, take care, buddy. Good to see you, man. Thanks for coming by.
Good to see you guys. Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to take a break. We'll be back. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Hear Applebee's Tailgate Talk anywhere you go by downloading the PAS Plus app for your Android or iPhone. We'll be back with more after this.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens. Your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
Bring a little caffeination inspiration to your next event with Travelin' Tom's Coffee of Athens. Turn up the heat in these cooler months with their signature products, including a full coffee menu, white chocolate mocha, lattes, frappes, energy drinks, lemonades, and teas. Travelin' Tom's serves events of any size, concerts, neighborhood block parties, high school football games, you name it. Travelin' Tom's Coffee of Athens is sure to make any event a little sweeter. Visit Travelin' Tom's Coffee of Athens on Facebook or call them at 434-1734. Travelin' Tom's Coffee of Athens.
Davis & Cole LLP in Athens has served the area assisting individuals and businesses with bookkeeping, tax preparation and filing, and routine accounting. Davis & Cole LLP, located at 105 South Marion Street, open weekdays 9 to 5. Call 256-232-9994. Davis & Cole LLP.
If your place on the water needs some attention, call BP Riverworks. Boathouses, docks, seawalls, and repairs. Call Baron Pugh at 251-200-2273 or Tracer Pugh at 256-206-7097. BP Riverworks. Licensed and insured 251-200-2273 or 256-206-7097.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling, paint peeling off your walls, shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed and insured. Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State hometown team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
He's got a push. Back up three. And he got it! Three-pointer at the buzzer to win it! Unbelievable!
Join Play Action Sports for another season of Calhoun basketball. You can hear live action from men's and women's teams streamed on the PAS Plus app on your Alexa device by saying Open PAS Plus or online at pasplus.net. Check out the online archives on the website or on your favorite podcast platform too. And listen for select games on Sundays at noon on WKAC Radio. Calhoun basketball from PAS Plus.
Hello, man. This is Bo Wright, formerly of the University of Alabama and the Buffalo Bills, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Tom McClung here, old Tomcat, alongside Tojo J. Vassar, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, and we've got the brand new head coach, football coach for the Elkmont Red Devils, sitting at the table staring at the French fries and chicken nuggets.
And your quesadilla.
My quesadilla sitting right here. You can have a bite if you want.
I'm going to leave that for y'all.
Well, it's actually for y'all.
I'm good, bro.
Okay, all right. Not even cheese sticks?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Bama Zach loved cheese sticks.
Yeah.
That was his favorite. We told him we was going to get him a mozzarella cheese stick cake one day.
He'd be there.
Yeah, he'd be there. That's for sure. Hey, welcome back, man.
Thanks.
I mean, have you ever coached here in the county? I know you coach locally at Hazel Green.
Faultville.
Yeah.
No, I've never been to Limestone County.
Never been to Limestone County.
I got a lot of Limestone County ties.
Yes.
But no, I've never coached up here.
And I'm glad Donna's glad to get home.
Oh, yes.
Man, that's the driving force, you know.
Yeah.
Happy wife, happy life.
There you
yes,
go.
Her Debbie said she saw her mom's drove past, wasn't able to stop, but sends a big hello and glad y'all are back.
Yep, thank you.
Absolutely. So when that. I was getting questions peppered in the bathroom. When does he start? Does he start over there? When do they start?
When does the process?
When does the process start? When
there
do
you
you come in with your stuff? What start your off-season program? Your spring football.
I'm under a team's science contract in the state, so I'm really under a state contract in Woodland. So I will continue and I'll finish the year teaching in Woodland.
Okay.
That's the way I've done it. Hazel Green is the only place I've ever left early.
Okay.
And went to, and there are some advantages to that. I love my principal in Woodland. He has been awesome to me, and I don't want to leave him in a lurch. And Mr. Adderholt and I talked about that. And team's contract, again, is a state contract, not a local contract. So there might even be some issues that I couldn't. But anyway, that's what we're going to do. I was on campus at Elkmont yesterday, got to meet the team, a lot of the faculty, had a good visit with those guys. And, we're walking into a tough situation over there. And, the kids they're kind of reeling.
Yeah.
They lost their coach midseason and for various, whatever. I told them the past is the past, but the future starts with you.
Yeah.
And it starts today. So I thought that was a good visit we had yesterday. I was actually in the field house this morning interviewing a candidate to be on staff and going back at 1 o'clock. They're going to come pick my helmets up and get them reconditioned.
There you go. All right.
Tomorrow we have Meet the Community there at the gym at 3 o'clock, so everybody come on out to that, and let me get to meet you, and you get to hear a little bit about us.
Now, you did win a state championship at Fallville.
Negative.
Negative?
No. We were a second-round team several times.
Okay, but you made the playoffs.
Yeah, my last season there we were 11-1.
11-1? Okay.
So.
That's good.
And you got great administration up there at Elkmont, too. Graham does a great job up there.
Mm-hmm.
I love that guy. I don't know him real well, but so far, every conversation we've had, I just think him and I align very well together in our big picture, what we think school, community, and sports ought to be. And, if I've learned anything, administration is key.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know when you have a good one, and you know when you have a bad one.
Yeah. And I think you got a good one for sure.
I feel that way for certain. If it wasn't for him, I don't know that I'd be there.
Cool.
Well, you're coming into a situation at Elkmont where it's been a while since they've, had a lot of success there. What's your philosophy? Yeah.
So I'm a builder, I don't know why God chose me to do that, but he has.
Yeah.
Everywhere I've been, we've had to build, and everywhere we've been, we've left it better than we found it. Some places we, had region championships and playoff wins, and some places we didn't.
Yeah.
But my view going in is, we got to fix culture first. I'm a relationship guy. When you're around players that have played for me or my current players, even now, we don't leave with, hey, I'll see you tomorrow, coach, or I love you, coach. All right, dude, love you too, man. See you.
Yeah.
And so that's where we got to get.
Yeah.
And it's got to be from coach to coach, coach to player, player to player. And once we have that, all the other stuff can be fixed. Football's not a complicated game. We really make it harder than it is.
Yeah.
Look at Coach DeBoer and what he had at Washington. He was outmanned nearly every game, but his kids will die for each other because they love each other.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see him do that at Alabama, but I'm more excited to see us do it at Elkmont.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that's the plan. And the other part of culture that you build that with that stuff, but you build that in the weight room.
Yeah.
And we have a legit weight room at Elkmont. And so I can't wait to get those kids fired up and get them back in there and get them to work, through this little transition. They've kind of laid out a little bit, but I think with some of our hires and some of the guys that are on staff that are going to continue to be there with us, we're about to get that fired back up.
Yeah. And it looks like they were, on their way to getting the excitement back.
Turning the corner.
All of a sudden, everything just falls apart.
Yeah. Yeah. And the kids feel that. Like I sensed it yesterday. So I was there in the morning, got to meet them coming in and talk to them a little bit. And, their kids are hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it too early to mention who you'll be able to retain or keep or bring to your staff?
Yeah, we're still in we're still in those early phases.
Okay.
Like I said, I had an interview this morning, and I'll continue to do that, through Zoom and telephone calls, and but I'm excited about the prospects of guys that are on my list. So yeah.
You spread guy or how's your offense?
So obviously you got to fit to what you have. Both the quarterbacks that played last year are graduating, and so we got to find a quarterback, and then we find out what that kid can do. Then we can do a little bit more. But Elkmont's got a bunch of young linemen, big linemen.
Yeah.
And so obviously I want to be able to run the ball, and we will. And but typically 11 personnel, one tight end, one back, and kind of go from there.
That was what I was going to ask. So you took my question.
Well, I'm sorry.
Well, that's okay. Somebody was going to ask.
So next thing coming up, will you be able to get the boys started in the weight room, like the program before you get there? Because you still got your time at Woodland.
We will with the guys on staff.
Okay,
the guys that we're going to retain.
I got you. Yep. Okay, that's kind of how you'll proxy.
Yep. And we've talked about that some. Yesterday I got to meet with some of those guys during their planning periods and stuff. So, we're going to look. So basketball will be over soon.
Yeah.
Another week or two. I'm not sure when their tournaments are.
I think they start Saturday.
Okay. So this Saturday?
Yeah.
So, I hope.
Today.
I hope it ain't today. I hope they keep playing. But,
right.
Basketball is coming to an end. And so then the only guys we would have in sport would be our baseball guys and probably a few track guys. But, no, we're going to try. I know we'll have some after school availabilities, and I know that seventh period is an option. So we're going to try to get them back rolling.
You got a plan?
Absolutely.
So
if I have anything, I have plans, and I'm organized.
So the folks here in the county don't know you. Give us your background.
There you go. Good question.
Background, man. Went to Calhoun and Athens State. How about that? And did my student teaching at Athens like 30 years ago or whatever. Next year will be year 30 for me.
Wow.
I've been a head
and you're
coach.
still coaching.
Yeah, man. I love it.
Still like it.
High school.
So I graduated in Michigan, actually.
Okay.
So when I was a boy, we moved to Birmingham when I was 12 and went to middle school there and started at Pinson Valley, grades 9 and 10. Yeah. But my dad was a bivocational pastor here in Athens. So we came back and forth on Sundays and Wednesdays.
Okay.
He had a little church down here right behind 306 Barbecue on Hastings Road.
Okay.
Him and LaVoyd Moore were the pastors there. And that's John Moore's daddy from Clements.
Yeah.
You know that bunch?
Yeah.
So anyway, so I've been in Limestone County forever. Moved back to Michigan, graduated, came back here, went to college, met my wife. We got married. We've been in North Alabama forever. So started at Austin. I was there 13 years. Ended up being a DC for two different coaches, for Coach Gaddis and Coach Norwood. And 2007, went to Clarksville Northwest, 6A school in Tennessee. Was a head coach there for 2 years. Football wasn't real important there. Had no coaches in the building after 2 years and said it was time to leave. Went to Cannon County, Tennessee, which was a school of about 800. So it was 3A there, probably would have been 5A here. Won a region championship in our first year. It's the only one the school's ever had. 3 years later, our granddaughter was born in Montgomery, and Miss Donna said, "We coming home." And that's how we got to Faulkville.
Gotcha.
And was there 7 years. Had a bunch of success, 2 region championships, 3 playoff wins, maybe, something like that. Bunch of all-state kids. Signed some kids out of Faulkville, Division II, Division III. Just had a lot of success there. Loved the community, loved everything about it. And, man, God called us straight to Hazel Green, like without question. And we were praying for something else, and God said, "No, this is what I got for you." And we were there 3 years. I wasn't the right fit. I talked about administration. I wasn't the right fit. It just didn't work.
Yeah.
And that happens sometimes. But,
it does.
And I'm okay with that. And then we went to Woodland. And, man, I love Woodland. It is a cool little place. Now, it's in the middle of nowhere. We got two gas stations in town. One of them sells chicken, one of them sells pizza.
Sweet.
They're both good.
I bet you smell real good when you come out of each one of them, too.
You can smell it right now.
That's good stuff there.
We got a Dollar General and a Family Dollar, and, man, I love it. If that school was in Limestone County, I'd never leave.
Now, where did the relationship with you and Coach Lake start? How did y'all meet?
Man, we were in college together.
At Athens State?
And Calhoun.
And Calhoun.
Yeah. He started college 2 years before me and ended 2 years after me.
Dedication right there.
He was dedicated.
He saw it through the ups and the downs.
He loved it. He didn't want to leave.
And to this day, he misses coaching football.
I know he does.
Yeah,
without question.
I know he's a good principal, but he misses it like crazy.
Yeah. Man. Gets in your blood. Definitely does. That's why this is year 30, and I'm still wide open.
Now, Woodland is 2A.
We were 2A for the last 2 years. They've been 1A for a long time. So,
okay.
So they were really, really good in the early 2000s. Larry Strain was the coach. He's now at Hanley, who's really good.
Yep.
And then when he left and went to Hanley, things started slipping a little bit, and it's been a struggle at Woodland. This last 2 years, we got bumped up, and we were playing B.B. Comer and Thorsby and Vincent, and man, it was tough. It was tough.
Yeah.
We were playing some really good people with 1A numbers. This year they announced it, and then a couple of people said, well, our ADM number was wrong.
Yeah.
The state went back and changed it, and they bumped some people. Well, when they reclassified 4 years ago, Woodland's number was wrong, but they didn't change it.
Oh, wow.
So we should have been 1A.
Gotcha.
So they have now dropped to 1A.
Okay.
And, I feel without a doubt, and I told the kids there when I left, I said, look, you guys are going to win 7, 8, 9 games next year and be a second, third round team. Yeah. We've been playing young kids for 2 years.
Yeah.
And, first year we got thumped pretty regular. Yeah. And this last year, we only got thumped twice. But one of them's Comer.
Yeah.
Who's been in the state finals for 2 years.
Yep.
Well, I was thinking I'd seen Tanner play Woodland
years ago. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So Woodland was in the finals in 04 and 06. And ironically enough, they lost to Leroy both years, and the head coach at Leroy and I are best friends. We coached together at Austin.
Well, cool.
So when I talk about Leroy, they get their feathers in a ruffle at Woodland. But
yeah. So if you're curious about where Woodland is, ladies and gentlemen, you go Oxford, take 431 south down to Wedowee.
Wow.
And that's a ride, brother. And then hang a left and on the 48, and a few minutes later you'll end up in Woodland.
So we're
not quite to Georgia.
We're about 3.5 hours from here. We're about 5 miles from Georgia there in Woodland. And I tell you what's ironic, in 15 I took Faultville down there to play Randolph County, which is in Wedowee.
Mm-hmm.
And, I remember I went on a Thursday night to scout, and I remember thinking, man, there ain't no houses here. Because you get on 431 off of 20.
Yeah.
And, dude, you go for a long time, you don't see a light.
Yeah.
And very rural, sparsely, populated community. And 5 years later, I live there.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, man, I've loved Woodland. They've been good to me. Best administrator probably I've ever had. Just a great little place, but home called, and this is where we need to be.
So you're going to finish out at Woodland. So I'm going to step out and say there's not going to be a spring game at Elkmont.
There's not. So. And, the state now has offered us the deal that if you don't do spring, you can get an extra week in the fall.
Yeah.
And you can play. So Elkmont's playing a week 0 game, and we're playing a jamboree the week before that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And then we have a bye week in the middle. So that's a good trade-off the state has offered. I started doing it at Hazel Green already. I like the week in the fall better. Helps me more. We're allowed 2 hours a week with our kids on the field anyway, outside of our season.
All season long?
So when we're not
outside of the season. I got you, my bad.
Then we can get 2 hours. So you can still chalk talk, watch film, learn, go out. You could go out 3 days for 45 minutes a day and not be over, work your time out, but not be over your 2 hours a week. Can't wear helmets or anything, but you can get work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we installed a new offense last year at Woodland in the spring without a spring practice.
Gotcha.
And so you can still get work in.
You know how to do
and
that.
That helps build them relationships.
Absolutely.
It does.
Man.
Absolutely. The more time you spend with those kids, the better it is.
Well, we're glad to have you, bud.
Absolutely. We are very glad to have you.
We appreciate it.
And you get to come in here and
eat with us
and hang out.
That ain't ever a bad thing.
No, never a bad thing.
And then when he ain't got nothing to do, Clint will be here with us. So y'all can reminisce.
Yeah, it's a mess.
Coach Leg will be sitting over there, and he'll be worried about it like this. And you think he's not paying attention. Next thing he goes, look at here now.
I'll tell y'all some stories about Clint.
Well, save them for next time.
We probably ought to wait.
Yeah, we are at the end of our segment here. Coach Joel Schrenk, ladies and gentlemen, the new head coach of the Elkmont
Welcome home.
Red Devils. Welcome home to you and your wife. And it's time to take a break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talking to WKAC, the Big 1080.
You can help Limestone County student-athletes by donating to the Bama Zach Memorial Scholarship. Send it in care of Garth Garris, 13833 Pinnacle Drive, Athens, Alabama, 35613, or make it in person at First State Bank of the South at 1319 Highway 72 East in Athens. We'll be back with Tailgate Talk after this. Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon.
From day one, First National Bank has been built on a strong foundation of community first. First to lend a helping hand, first to help with community events and fundraisers, first to support local students, athletic programs, and civic organizations, first to support events like United Way, Relay for Life, and many more charitable events, and most importantly, working for our great community. Without you, there'd be no First National Bank. Making communities great together, that's what we strive for.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Are you getting the propane service you deserve? At Ferguson LP Gas in Ardmore, you always get the most value for your dollar, professional gas personnel who make safety a high priority, and you can always get in touch with them any day of the year at any time. They accept Visa and MasterCard too. So if you're not happy with your present propane supplier, join the many who have made the switch. Give Ferguson LP Gas in Ardmore a call at 256-423-3320.
For screen printing, sign printing, banners, logo design, and more, look no further than That Shirt Printing Place. Located at 709 North Jefferson Street in Athens. Call 256-444-1827. That Shirt Printing Place. Visit them online at thatshirtprintingplacellc.com. Look for them on Facebook too. That Shirt Printing Place. 256-444-1927. That Shirt Printing Place.
Applebee's Tailgate Talk wants to recognize our local athletes, and you can help. Go to tailgatetalk.net throughout the school year to vote for the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. The winner receives a Tailgate Talk t-shirt from That Shirt Printing Place. Submit your own nominations for future polls, too. While you're there, check out the Tailgate Talk archives and see what you might have missed. That's the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. Cast your vote today from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and Tailgate Talk.
This is James Clemens girls basketball coach Monica Maxwell, and you are listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You want to see something funny, y'all? Come in here. Let me scooch over. We got two big guys. Good grief, huh? Gosh, come over. Let's move to the right a little bit. So Big Matt can get his legs under the table.
Tanner's here.
Tanner is in the hizzle. Now, what's funny is you see something, we're talking and everything, and then, of course, Applebee's got these absolutely outstanding appetizers sitting on the table. We're smelling them the whole time we're doing the interview. Then we, not hang up, but we go out, go to commercial, come back, and we're stuffing our mouth.
I done picked over them mozzarella sticks.
I know, right? And then Tim goes, 2 seconds. Wait a minute. It's kind of funny.
Swallow and get to work.
Swallow and get to work. Keep chewing, man. Keep chewing. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, the brand new head coach of the Tanner High School football, who has been the coach of Tanner soccer with a state championship, by the way. Congratulations. Matt Smith and Coach
Desmond Richardson.
Desmond Richardson.
Yes, sir.
Now, if y'all want to see a couple of look like former offensive linemen, just walk in here right now.
Healthy individuals.
They look like they could put the pads on and bring the fear of the Lord inside of you real quick.
If he had 2 years eligibility, I go and tell y'all to give me the blue mountain.
It just run behind Desmond every play.
Hey, he played fullback, running back.
Oh, you give him the ball.
Everything.
So he'd be the man what run with the football.
Every time.
That's what Jerry Clower said. Y'all familiar with that story?
Yeah.
Jerry Clower said he went to Mississippi State, come up straight out of the Navy. He says, coach says, son, what position do you play? He says, sir, I am the man what runs with football. The first college football game he ever saw, he played in it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I'm excited. I'm excited for you. So I saw this. I saw Joel coming back. I'd say more for his wife, my wife and her high school friend. So it was good to get them back in the county. And then you got this one. I'm like, oh, that's great, man. That is perfect.
Dude, I'm extremely, excited. I'm blessed. I love Tanner. I love that.
You got to live
with them Rattlers.
Yeah, bud.
Born and raised. This is a dream job for me. Coming in under LaRon, at first, my first 9 years at Tanner, I think it was. I coached under him. Then he left, went to Sparkman, and I traveled with him over there. Because loyal guy. That was my guy, my coach. Father figure growing up at times, and working with him it made me realize that I wanted to be in this profession because. After high school, I went to Miles College, played football, come back, and I worked at Morgan County Sheriff's Department. I worked at Bradford.
I didn't know you worked at Bradford.
Yep, I was a counselor assistant out there, and worked on the adolescent side. So after seeing the path that some young adults take and the mentality that they have, to deal with things in different substances and different stuff, it hurt my heart, and I just I said, man, what can I do to get on the other side of this before these young people get here?
Good for you, brother.
And next thing I know, I called LaRon, and he was like, yeah, I need an O-line, D-line guy, come on. And I've been doing it ever since.
I'll be dog. That's awesome.
My guy, and he a little bit about Dez, I've known him going on 10 years now.
That y'all play at Miles together?
No, I met him when I got to Sparkman.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Offensive coordinator, played running back, and he coached under LaRon and stuff, so he got his own LaRon stories. But when I took this job, was offered this job, again, I don't look at it as a job. I get up every day, and I'm excited about going to do what I do.
You don't work.
Yeah, you don't work.
Mark Twain said that, man loves what he do for a living, never work a day in his life.
Never. And I love every minute of it. So when, Mr. Singleton, Mr. Pugh, Russ Cleveland, and Bill Tribble, they interviewed everybody and stuff, and when I got the call that it was offered to me, I just wanted to personally thank all of them for trusting me with this and giving me this opportunity, because I told them, I grew here. I didn't flew here.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm not going anywhere.
I got to remember that. That's good.
And all the kids know you, man.
They do. And we had our first meeting with the every boy 6th through 11th grade the other day, and
not just football players, but every boy.
Every boy in the school.
I see you. Yeah. I see where you're going, Coach.
And my Dez is going to be my offensive coordinator.
All right.
And he's in there picking and writing down and doing everything. And as soon as we get done meeting, all the kids flock to him because he's got that personality that you want to know him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Coach Harris, Bug, he's coming back to be my defense coordinator.
All right.
So I've got, in my eyes, I got the two best offense defense coordinators in the state.
Yeah.
And the staff that I'm putting together, I'll put against anybody in the state. Love these guys to death. I've been with them for years and years, 10 plus, some of them 15 plus, and with Bug's going on 20.
Yeah. Wow.
He coached me when I was 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grade.
Wow.
So, I love being here. I live 2 minutes down the road.
Do you really?
I live on, so I ain't going to give you my address.
Not on the air. Not on the air.
But yeah, I live 2 minutes down the road. Everybody in town knows where I live. Man, I'm blessed beyond measures. 2024 has been great to me. I've been married to my wife now for a year, a little over a year.
Yep.
And we're expecting our first boy.
I was going to ask, but
Awesome.
thinking you had one on the way.
I'm a third generation rattler myself, and my wife's carrying a fourth generation.
That's
awesome.
great. That's awesome.
Now, soccer duties.
Yeah, good question.
I'm still soccer.
Wow.
I'm doing,
Football.
You know what? You ought to be able to get him a good field goal kicker.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I thought. We got several kickers on the team
Several kickers now.
But that was one thing, I've had, people from the Alabama High School Athletic Association that knows, what I've helped do and try to do, my best at Tanner with the soccer team, called me and texted me, and, hey man, congratulations. We appreciate, we look forward to seeing what you do with the football team, but please tell us you ain't going to, give up on soccer. And I said, no, I'm still going to be with soccer.
He's eat up with it, as we say.
Look, when I first got into Limestone County, I coached football, and then I went into basketball, then I went into track, and I went into soccer, and I did softball. So I've, first 6-7 years in the county, I coached everything just about.
Yeah.
I love it. I love being out there. My wife loves it. She's a sports junkie. She played volleyball. She played basketball, track, and
soccer. To Tanner?
No, she was from Alaska.
That's what I was thinking. She didn't go to Tanner.
No. And she's a nurse, so she gets to come to all the games, and she's there.
That's right.
She loves it. She's a sports junkie. And that's why I surround myself with sports junkies like this guy right here.
Yeah, we're gonna talk to him in just a minute.
It's fair to say. We need to find out.
We're gonna get it.
He'll tell y'all his story, but just on my end, we get on there and you start looking. One of the great things that you can find out about a good coach is the amount of film that they watch and the body language that they study. So my first year, coaching with him, I was like, man, kids gravitate towards him. I know he's, a Spartan guy and everything, but the kids gravitate towards him. And I got to talking to him, and we got to. It was one of the things where you just click with somebody, just click, and it was, we were inseparable ever since. He was on the offensive side, getting them geared up. I was on the defensive side.
So what do you teach?
I've got access and ingenuity. I've got a computer lab.
Gotcha.
So different subjects that we might not have a teacher to.
Right. Yeah. Familiar with access. Yeah.
And they can get on, and they'll have a live teacher come on and teach them on the computer. Or we might have, 2 kids that need to take, pre-cal or something like that. We don't have enough to form a classroom, so those 2 can get online and do it. And do dual enrollment as well online.
Right.
But, like I said, I'm blessed to be here. I'm excited. I love it. And I can't wait for, this whole staff to come out so everybody can see the other heavy hitters we got on.
There you go. Coach Richardson, it's your time, dude.
How you doing?
You're doing fine. Welcome.
Right.
The first time on Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Yes, absolutely.
This guy's a regular. You can tell the way he comes in and says he could be a host down here. Just fire me and put this fella on him. So talk about you. Where'd you go to school?
I went to Sparkman High School. I played fullback out there. Started out with Coach Henderson. He's like a father to me. He was a good guy. He coached my older brother. But when I got there, my freshman year, he ended up leaving. And I ended up with Roger Haynes, he was the guy that put me at fullback. He came from Tuscaloosa County. He said that I reminded him of LaRon McClain. Right. And so he
has LaRon been on the show? We've been on the show. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. So he put me at fullback and linebacker, and I played that. And as time went on, I started getting further and further back in the backfield. I started off, as a wing back.
Yeah.
So, you right there behind the quarterback.
Yeah.
You can kiss him if you want to. And then you get moved back to fullback, and then you get moved back to tailback. Then we went to a single back, so I had to be the guy. And ended up going to Jackson State, played up under Rick Comegy. So,
okay.
Just came back to football. I went to football practice one day to watch my little cousin practice, Austin. And he, Coach Haynes saw me and said, "Hey, what you doing now?" I was like, just back home. And he was like, "You want to coach football?" And I've been coaching football.
One thing led to another.
Yeah.
Now, what do you teach? Do you teach?
Yeah, special ed.
Special ed. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yep. So that's what we do, and just came in, been coaching. LaRon showed up after we went through a whole coaching carousel at Sparkman. And that's when I met Matt, and we've been rocking and rolling, man. And I took a year off and went to Buckhorn, went back with Coach Henderson.
Yep.
And then I came back as offensive coordinator at Sparkman. And so, did that and moved on, did local prep school, and then ended up at Decatur Heritage.
Okay.
And
Todd's not here. Todd's not here. Todd, I doubt you gonna say anything bad about Decatur Heritage here in front of Coach.
Well, that was
Richardson.
basketball.
Oh, that's basketball. Okay, that's basketball.
Yeah, so I was down there with Nikita last year, and then Matt, he gave me a call. He said, "Hey, man, if I get this Tanner job, you think you wanna? Yeah, we can talk. There you go. Me and Matt are so and he know how it is, man. Like you say, man, we brothers, man.
Yeah.
Everybody in my family claim Matt.
and I want these last two interviews. If nobody who's if anyone who's listening to this show gets anything out of it, is that these three gentlemen that we've had on this table is probably some of the best things going to ever happen to your kids if you're fortunate and blessed enough to play under these gentlemen.
Yeah.
Because that is I can tell from both of them. Not saying anything bad about anybody else.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that these three guys right here know what they're doing and
they love kids.
And they love the generation. This man right here, I had no clue he worked at Bradford. That means a lot.
Yeah.
It means a lot, especially with that mindset you got, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I've been around a while, and the stuff that I was seeing in my early career and path that I was going down, I wanted to be a DHR caseworker, and that was the path I was going down. And I was like, man, I can't do this every day. I can't go look at this. It hurts me.
Right.
So then I made that switch, and it was the best decision of my life. I've been doing this for 15 years, and I love every minute of it. Getting to know these guys in and out, and being there for them, and let them know that it ain't all about football. Right. It ain't all about sports related stuff. It's and that's when as it starts to come out about the staff that I put together. Everybody's going to know that based off them, because these are well respected coaches in the coaching world, and they all have 10, 15, 20 years experience doing this, and they've all helped put thousands of kids in college and change the path direction of even more, tens of thousands in their coaching careers. And that's what it's about. I'm really going to be strong and force the X's and O's and make sure we get everything right. But at the end of the day, it's about the relationship with the kids.
Yep. That's it.
Because you can go out there and not know much about football, but if these 11 guys will line up and run through a brick wall for you, eventually they're going to get through that brick wall.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
one chip at a time.
One chip at a time. Yeah. That's what he's. I tell him all the time. He's the. You always have those. 3 or 4 on the team that are the tough guys, or the ones that are the hard heads. Me, when I was in school, I was a hard head, but he's a hard head whisperer.
Whisperer.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. Guys, I could sit here and talk another 30 minutes, but it's time to end the show.
Yes, sir.
And we want to thank you for joining us.
Yeah, congratulations.
Don't come
again,
back, but
man.
if you come back, don't come back without him.
I won't.
Unless you want to bring somebody else and him.
Yeah,
all right.
Right.
Bring your whole staff.
All right.
Bring your whole staff, man. We'll dedicate it to you. Ladies and gentlemen, what a wonderful show we've had today. Fresh out of, we missed last week, the cold and the ice, so we're glad to be back. County tournament going on this evening.
Yeah, 3:30 girls final, and following the boys final, be following that game. Myself and team will be there.
Absolutely.
Play Action Sports.
Oh, okay. Thought you hadn't made a sudden move. I thought we was doing something.
And congratulations to our buddy Coach Story. His middle school girls won today, beat West Limestone 37-36. So they're the
big win for Elkmont.
They're the middle school girls county champs.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Tojo J. Vassar, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, my name's Tom McClung, old Tom Kev. We ain't got to go home. We got to get ourselves up out of here. I won't be here next Saturday, but you guys can run the show. We'll be talking to you next week.
Davis & Cole LLP in Athens has served the area assisting individuals and businesses with bookkeeping, tax preparation and filing, and routine accounting. Davis & Cole LLP, located at 105 South Marion Street, open weekdays 9 to 5. Call 256-232-9994. Davis & Cole LLP.
If your place on the water needs some attention, call BP Riverworks. Boathouses, docks, seawalls, and repairs. Call Barron Pugh at 251-200-2273 or Tracer Pugh at 256-206-7097. BP Riverworks. Licensed and insured 251-200-2273 or 256-206-7097. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right.
Home security is not what it used to be. With Secure Connect and smart home integration features, you can unlock your doors and turn off your alarm from your smart home app. No more hiding a key under a rock. Get Secure Connect and live life connected. Call Ardmore Telephone Company at 800-830-9946 to secure your home today.
While others have come and gone, the Lion's Den Gym has been roaring as a workout and exercise fixture in Athens, growing from its humble basement beginnings in 1981 to their current 10,000 square foot location at 212 Commercial Drive in Athens. The Lion's Den offers 24/7 access to their ever-expanding equipment collection that includes treadmills and climbers, elliptical trainers, stationary bikes, loose weights and dumbbells, and over 45 different weight machines. Contact the Lion's Den Gym about a membership today at 256-652-2627. Visit them online at lionsdengym.com or on Facebook. The Lions Den Gym, 256-652-2627. You've been listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, live from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill on Highway 72 East in Athens, just off I-65. You can hear the archive of this and other shows online at tailgatetalk.net. Applebee's Tailgate Talk is a production of Play Action Sports on 1080 WKAC.